Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is your Vedic astrology coach Rajat Kapoor and welcome to my channel The Legit Astrologer. In my channel I make videos on Vedic astrology, I talk about transits. Today in this video I am going to talk about a very important phenomena. On September 7th and 8th we are going to witness the total lunar eclipse that is happening in the sign of Aquarius in PurvaBhadrapad Nakshatra. Lunar eclipse signifies endings to certain things that are coming your way. And 2 weeks after that, we will have a solar eclipse. The solar eclipse will be partial this time, which signifies new beginnings. So for something new to start, we have to end, we have to close certain chapters. And this eclipse is happening after 28 years. Let us now try and understand how the total lunar eclipse is going to have an impact on all 12 ascendant signs or the moon signs. In terms of physical level manifestation, endings, you have to see this from your ascendant sign. In terms of the mental level detachment, you can also see this from your moon sign. And once again, eclipses are very strong periods for any spiritual sadhana, any prayers, any manifestation, because the energies are very strong during this time. So make the most of your prayers, your spiritual sadhana and your sense of devotion. Aries ascendant signs or the Aries moon signs. At the physical level, you will see this from your ascendant. At the mental emotional level, you can also see this from your moon sign. So this total lunar eclipse is happening in your 11th house in the sign of Aquarius. So your 11 and 5 axis is pretty much involved. So let us try and understand. Moon will be conjoined with Rahu opposite Sun and Ketu in the sign of Leo. 11th house represents a number of things in your life. It represents friendships, it represents all your social circles, groups, associations that you have, bigger enemies as well, because 11th is the 6th from the 6th house. It also represents your illusion, Maya. We see material gains, material comforts from the 11th house. Your income or Aya is also seen from this house. Ambitions are also connected to the 11th house. Rewards, recognition, new goals and things that are associated to future. Our renewed focus on health, well-being and vitality is also seen from this house. And life's purpose, fulfillment, this is the house of fulfillment itself, is seen from this house. So firstly, in the 11th house, if any eclipse is happening within this axis, whether lunar eclipse, solar eclipse, I do not expect many negative results here. So you would need to let go of certain friendships, certain social circles. Now this could be bad influence of people that you would try and let go. You would close certain chapters in your life when it comes to friendships, because you will look for meaningful connections. Some of your old ambitions, old networks may dissolve, and this will make way for new goals, new ways of networking, new ways of branding and a renewed energy. So there is a very big lesson that this eclipse is bringing in your life, is that you have to detach yourself from all the unhealthy attachments. This could be related to your status, this could be related to your ego. Maybe you are associated to some people because of a reason, because you probably are either influenced or it is under peer pressure, or it is due to the fact that they have a certain kind of status and now it is time for you to detach yourself. It could be a very good time to look at fresh beginnings, new beginnings. Over the course of next 30 to 60 days, there are very strong chances for you to get recognized. Things to come at an end only happens when there are new beginnings. This eclipse and followed by solar eclipse can also help you start a new source of income or have an increase in your income. You might become impulsive in terms of your buying decision, in terms of your purchasing decision. So try and take control of these impulsive energies. This eclipse has got the perfect blend of energies of Saturn as well as Jupiter, your 9th and the 10th lord here. 9th lord is Jupiter and 10th lord is Saturn. So it's an excellent time to manifest dharma as well as karma related activities, which means elevation of your fortune and a renewed focus in terms of work, because 11th house is also fulfillment of your work. Momentarily, you might feel detached from your work. You might feel a sense of unfulfillment. So you need to look towards those kind of work, jobs or businesses that are meaningful, that are purpose driven, wherein you can overcome your illusion and you can have new fresh beginnings over the course of next few months. Your 11-5 axis is involved. Make use of mantras. Strengthen Surya during this time. Any mantra related to Surya will be absolutely beneficial for you because Sun is the strongest during this eclipse. You can also read Aditya Hridayam, or you could chant a simple Shiva Panchakshari, that is Namah Shivaya, in order to channelize these energies, and I wish you the very best. Taurus ascendant signs. At the physical level, you will read this eclipse energies from your ascendant sign. At the mental emotional level, you can also read this from your moon sign. So what is happening in your case, that this eclipse is occurring in your 10th house. 10th house of your actions, your karma bhava, your job, profession, what you do to survive and sustain yourself and your loved ones in the world. So your 10 and 4 axis is involved, wherein in the 10th house there is Moon and Rahu, and in the 4th house there is Sun, Ketu as well as Mercury. Mercury is a Karagraha for you. Sun is your 4th lord, and Moon in your case becomes your co-lagna lord. So regardless of your dasha, antadasha, pratantadasha, you will have some or the other impact with regards to this eclipse. Certain things are coming to an end. You are closing some chapters so that you can open a fresh chapter with renewed energies. Career shifts are much expected over the course of next couple of months. This could happen all of a sudden, because see, understand, eclipse's energy is a very sudden energy. In a solar eclipse situation, suddenly it gets dark, suddenly it is light again. Similar things happen in lunar eclipse as well, when moon comes in close contact with one of the lunar nodes. Now this is where you could expect sudden endings with regards to your professional status or some sort of concern, quarrel, argument with people who have authority. Because Sun here in your 4th house is in a place which has 0 direction. Rahu does well in the 10th house. Moon, who is your co-lagna lord, is pretty much involved here in the 10th house itself, and he is one of the significator. So this could be a good way for you to step away from toxicity, toxic bosses, toxic leaders and toxic cultures within an organization as well, because you will be very mindful of the fact to work in a conducive environment. You might take some good decisions over the course of next few weeks if your dasha antadasha is supportive to move out on your own or get into a better job opportunity. New prospects will be absolutely bright for you over the course of next few weeks, because you will realize that your career, your work, your actions must align with the higher purpose that is related to your soul, that is not related to your ego, and you should not work because of other people's ego. You should not be in a situation wherein you are taking orders and delivering. You are working and probably there is very less empowerment that you have. So this eclipse will really help you move towards something which is meaningful, which is purpose driven. Your 10-4 axis is involved. Be ready to step out of your comfort zone. When you step out of your comfort zone, you try new things, you get new projects, and this could be a potentially favorable time for building entrepreneurial capabilities in case your dasha antadasha is supportive, in case you have a very strong 7th house of your dashamsha chart. So work, career shifts are definitely ending. You're closing certain chapters. Maybe you're not satisfied with your job. Maybe you're not happy with what's happening around your work. So something is drastically going to change, but initially it is going to put you in a very uncomfortable position. You could be restless. You will have challenges in terms of dealing with these sudden shifts, right? Mercury is also involved here, and Mercury is your 2nd lord. Mercury is a Karak Graha for you. He's also the 5th lord, and this could be a potentially favorable time to plan for your future. Use a Vishnu mantra, Om Vishnave Namah, in order to channelize these energies. In order to improve your work related context, you must chant the mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya on the day of this eclipse and also during the solar eclipse to manage these energies. Plan ahead of the time, pen down your goals for the near future, stay low key and focus on your personal priorities during this time. Gemini ascendant signs or the Gemini moon signs. At the physical level, you will read the eclipse energies from your ascendant sign. At the mental emotional level, you can also read this from your moon sign. Now, what is happening? The total lunar eclipse is occurring in your 9th house. So, your 9-3 axis is pretty much involved, wherein in the 9th house, in the sign of Aquarius, moon will be in PurvaBhadrapad Nakshatra conjoined with Rahu, and Ketu will be with Sun in your 3rd house. Sun is the 3rd lord in your case, placed very well in a very good disposition, and it is quite strong. Mercury, your Lagna lord, will also be conjoined with Sun and Ketu during this time. So, regardless of your time period, Dasha, Antardasha, Pratantardasha, you will have the impact of this eclipse. Lunar eclipse signifies endings, and then solar eclipse will signify new beginnings. 9th house is the Dharma Bhava. Rahu is the co-ruler of your 9th house. So, from a placement point of view, it gives mixed results. In order to remedy Rahu, you either look up to Jupiter or you look up to your Lagna lord Mercury in order to strengthen Mercury and do the right remedies. 9th house represents your belief system, your bhagya, fortune, father or father figure, your lineage, your sense of righteousness, long distance journey, spiritual education, higher education. So, there will be certain endings that you will face with regards to your belief system. This could be radical belief system as well, this could be liberal as well, depending on the situation and circumstances, and of course your dasha antardasha, we could have further assessment. There could be some conflict or ending with spiritual teachers, spiritual gurus. Higher education paths could alter, you could change plans when it comes to education pursuits. However, you need to understand that towards the end of the day, you have to stick to your belief system. You have to stick to the path of dharma, the path of righteousness. Definitely there are renewed energies, but you will have disillusionment with dogma. Time and authentic spiritual practice is the key. You will be focused towards bringing authenticity in terms of your belief system, in terms of your spiritual practice. One of the good remedies for you could be teach others. Share as much knowledge as you can, selflessly, unconditionally. In order to strengthen Mercury, look at supporting children's education from a remedial point of view, because Mercury and Sun are forming a Buddhaditya Yoga in your 3rd house. Change is inevitable. There could be a change of place, there could be a long distance travel, you could change houses over the next 2 to 3 months, or you could change countries as well, because something is coming to an end for a new beginning. Your biggest lesson is you surrender the rigid philosophies and embrace higher wisdom. Embrace pure knowledge. For learning, this is an excellent time period for you. So, invest your time, energies in learning, because you will have a pragmatic approach. You will be diplomatic as well when it comes to dealing with other people, because your sense of communication will be very active over the course of next 30 to 60 days. Do as much sadhana as you can, worship Lord Shiva, journal, because your 9-3 axis is involved. So, anything that uses your hands could be absolutely beneficial for you. Go on spiritual journeys, spiritual travel, and continue to strengthen Sun, because Sun and Mercury are conjoined. If you remedy Sun, you are giving additional strength to Mercury in order to make the right decisions for yourself over the course of next 40 to 45 days. Do Surya Aradhana, offer water to Sun early in the morning, and you can also read Aditya Hridayam to give you strength to cope up with change of any kind. Cancer ascendant signs and the Cancer moon signs. At the physical level, you will read the lunar eclipse energies from your ascendant sign. At the mental emotional level, you can also read this from your moon sign. So, what is happening? The total lunar eclipse is occurring in your 8th house in the sign of Aquarius, where Moon and Rahu will be making a transit in PurvaBhadrapad Nakshatra, which is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is a favorable planet for you, and there are energies of Saturn as well, who becomes your 8th lord, along with Rahu, who is also present in the 8th house, causing a Viparita Yoga. Sun, Ketu and Mercury are going to be making a transit in your 2nd house. So your 8 and 2 axis is involved. Now you must understand something is coming to an end for you to start a new chapter, for you to look forward to new beginnings with renewed energy. 8th house is a very difficult house in Vedic Shastras, in Jyotish Shastras, because 8th house signifies your debts, your weaknesses. We call it Nija dosha, unnecessary financial debts, karmic debts, difficulty in transformation, suddenness in life, sudden ups and downs, sudden changes. It also represents longevity. Now here, there are certain endings which are coming that are related to your joint finances, your joint assets, and also inheritance related matters, because your 8th house and 2nd house both are involved. So you're likely to face some debt kind of a situation, but because of the karmic ties, because of the karmic repercussions, you will have the ability to repay these debts over the course of next few weeks. You have to be a little bit careful as well if you've probably kept some things secrets in your life, because some of the secrets are going to be exposed. Now these could be your secrets, these could be secrets related to your partner as well, which could bring some sort of deep emotional disturbance for the initial first few days. Now you have to let go of your fear and try to control your thoughts in order to channelize your actions. Learn and surrender towards transformation. Embrace transformation of all kinds, because 8th house definitely attracts suddenness in life. See, moon is a Marana Karak in the 8th house, or it is a death-like position. It is conjoined with Rahu. So emotionally, it will be a difficult week for you. You know, from 7th of September for the next 2 weeks, you could definitely expect some emotional level difficulties. You can also expect sudden changes, sudden events in your life to occur between September through October. Now, how you deal with the suddenness is totally in your hands. Continue to strengthen Moon, because he is your Lagna Lord. In spite of being in Maran Karak, you worship Lord Krishna. Look up to him. Chant mantras related to Krishna. A simple mantra could be Om Kleem Krishnaya Namah or Om Kleem Gopichand Vallabhaya Swaha, and you will get the strength to deal with this time. Also, because there are a lot of fiery energies in your 2nd house, make sure that you keep yourself hydrated at all times. This might not be the ideal time to make some important financial decisions, so try and stay low-key. But from a spiritual point of view, it is quite an excellent time. You could bring a change in your lifestyle, in your eating habits, in the way you deal with your finances. This is something which you must look forward to over the course of next few weeks. Leo ascendant signs. At the physical level, you will read this from your ascendant sign. At the mental emotional level, you can also read this from your moon sign. Total lunar eclipse is occurring on 7th of September around late in the night, and it will go past midnight till 8th of September, that is India time. Predominantly it is visible in the Indian subcontinent. Now this eclipse is occurring in your 7th house in the sign of Aquarius in the Nakshatra of PurvaBhadrapad. It has a combined energies of Saturn as well as Jupiter. Jupiter is a favorable planet for you, and Saturn becomes your 7th lord along with Rahu. Now Rahu and Moon are conjoined in the 7th house. Rahu gains directional strength. For Moon, it is not the most ideal placement or position. In your Lagna, there is Sun, there is Ketu and Mercury. So you do have some good blessings, good protection in your ascendant, because your ascendant lord is involved, and your 2nd and the 11th lord Mercury is also involved, who gains directional strength. Sun is also the Karaka or the significator of Lagna. So momentarily this eclipse will give you a great boost, huge boost in terms of your confidence, in terms of building your self-esteem, because Surya is the king of this eclipse. He is in great strength along with Mercury. Any learnings that you do between September, October, you will have long lasting results, because there is a Buddhaditya Yoga in your ascendant. So certain relationship cycles are coming to an ending. Relationships and related karmas are coming to an ending. Karmic partnerships may dissolve, your businesses may dissolve for new beginnings. So you might either make some changes in agreements, in contracts, in partnerships, in your business, in collaboration with other people. Certain alliances may break apart, may come to an end for renewed beginnings. There is definitely relationship karma which could be little bit difficult for you. But one thing that is absolutely essential is that you will have rigor, vitality, your health is going to improve, you will have the power of fire in your ascendant, and intelligence, that is significator Mercury, you will be very much willing to learn. So there is a big lesson which is there in this eclipse situation, that you have to step into your authentic self without having dependency on others. You do not need validation from others in terms of your decision. So independent thinking, independent decision making. I'm not asking you to become a judge, avoid having a judgment, but when it comes to decisions that matters more for you, you have to trust your own judgment. This is where if you're less reliant on other people, it will be beneficial for you. Otherwise, you could have negative influence of other people, which could be little bit uncomfortable for you. A perfect time for new beginnings. Spiritually, it's a good transit. For your spouse, this could bring certain karmas. They could either have sudden success or sudden fall. That will depend on the ongoing dasha, antardasha, pratantardasha. From a financial standpoint, I would expect if you married, financially you would do very well over the course of next 30 to 60 days. Continue to look up to your Lagna Lord Surya. Use mantras related to Surya. Read Aditya Hridayam. You could use a simple Panchakshari, Shiva Panchakshari, that is Namah Shivaya, to strengthen Jupiter during this time, and also Sun. Continue to offer water to the Sun as a remedy, and you will be blessed during this time. Virgo ascendant signs or the Virgo moon signs. At the physical level, you read the eclipse energies from your ascendant sign. At the mental emotional level, you can also read this from your moon sign. On 7th of September, we have the total lunar eclipse of the year, which is quite intense. It is happening after 28 years in this nakshatra, in the sign of Aquarius. And of course, in the beginning, I have mentioned some general insights, energies of nakshatra, globally what we would expect, and how to read this eclipse in the most appropriate manner. Now, this is happening in your 6th house, where Moon and Rahu will be conjoined. Rahu becomes your co-6th lord, making a transit in the 6th house, and this gives you Viparita Yoga. Moon is also conjoined during this eclipse, and in your 12th house there is Sun, Mercury and Ketu. So your Lagna Lord is involved in this eclipse. So regardless of your time period, you will have some or the other impact of this eclipse. Certain things are coming to an end, to a closure. Sun gains Marankaraka, or it's a death-like position in the 12th house. But Sun is also the co-12th, is the 12th lord. So it is giving you a Viparita Yoga. So Rahu and Sun, both of them are giving Viparita Yoga during this transit. This could trigger foreign visits, foreign travel. Initially, it could be uncomfortable for you, but with time, you will have the ability to settle down. See, 6th house, where matters related to this house are coming to an end. Also 12th house matters, which would signify that certain work routine, certain daily routine, certain things that you probably do or certain habits are coming to a closure. So if you've been trying to cut down on any unhealthy habit or probably try to end any of those unhealthy or unwanted habits, this is the perfect time for you. This is how you need to leverage the power, the energies in the most appropriate manner. See, eclipses are always challenging, they're intense, but it brings a lot of cleansing at the karmic level. 6th house also represents your maternal as well as paternal relationship. It represents your subordinate, your colleagues at work, because all the people who work with you in a job, because this is related to service. So all the people who are associated to service may have certain closures. You might close chapters with some of your far relative because of their negativity, because of their lack of support or empathy, and this could potentially be good for you. We also see job from the 6th house. So certain jobs, project or line of work could come to an end for renewed more challenging work assignments and certain things which you are connected to at the spiritual level. And it is based on your strength, because we see your core strength from the 12th house. It represents your higher self-consciousness, your ability to be more self-aware. So for self-awareness, it is a relatively good time for yourself, because you have to release your sense of perfectionism, because nothing is perfect in this world. You have to embrace a sense of balanced living. See, if you were to have good habits, you need to first close down on all the bad habits. 6th house also represents debts, it represents diseases. So you might repay certain debts. Certain debts are coming to an end here. So this is good news for you. But you could be having suddenness in life. So 6th house represents your weaknesses of the mind. And this is something which you have to overcome. One such weakness is greed. One such weakness is attachment. So somehow you need to detach and focus more on some spiritual practices. Do Surya Namaskar in order to get vitality, in order to strengthen your Lagna Lord. So any Surya related remedy will be very good for you, because that will give strength to Mercury, and this is how you will be able to channelize the energy. Sun, Mercury and Ketu are in the 12th house. So a Dwadash Akshari mantra, that is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, will be absolutely beneficial for you. Look up to him. You will get the due guidance and the protection as well. See, you must understand that the 6-12 axis is spiritually very supportive. This could cause certain disruption in your daily life, daily routine, for your better health, for your better decision making and growth towards the end of the day, because 6th house is the Upachaya Bhava. It also represents free will. So your decisions must be driven by a sense of free will over the course of next few weeks. Libra ascendant signs or the Libra moon signs. At the physical level, you will read this from your ascendant sign. At the mental emotional level, you can also read this from your moon sign. So what is happening on 7th of September? We have the total lunar eclipse in the sign of Aquarius in PurvaBhadrapad Nakshatra that has the energies of Saturn as well as Jupiter. This is happening in your 5th house. So your 5-11 axis is pretty much involved. In the 5th house, there is Moon and Rahu. In the 11th house, there is Sun, Ketu and Mercury. Your 11th Lord Sun itself is involved here. Your co-5th Lord Rahu is involved in this eclipse. Moon gives very good results in the 5th house. Rahu, it's a bit challenging position. This is where you would look at remedying Mercury. So this could be a good time for any Vishnu sadhana. This could be a perfect time to read Bhagavad Gita and planning ahead of the time in terms of your future to give the due strength to Mercury. 5th house represents your future. We see romance, unconditional love from this house. We see creativity. Your children are seen from this house. Future. Positional success is also seen from this house. Speculation is also seen from this house. We also see corruption from this house. So certain things that are coming to an end, to a closure, which could include corruption as well. This might include certain creative projects where you were involved. Now this is going to come to an end, to a closure. If you had a romantic association or a relationship, you could face certain karmas for greater good, for your protection towards the end of the day. I would encourage you to stay a little bit away from speculative ventures over the course of next few weeks, or be cautious. Do not be impulsive, because Mercury is involved here. It will enable you to be more impulsive with these decisions, and this is where you have to be a little bit careful. There are lessons related to children. So in case you have children, it is an absolutely good time to build and strengthen this connect. Moon is making a transit in the 5th house. So mental level connect as well as physical level connect in terms of teaching each other certain lessons you can learn from your child as well. And in case those people who are looking forward to having a child or extending their family, next few weeks could particularly be favorable for you. You must learn certain lessons over the course of next few weeks, and one of the biggest lessons for you is to detach from ego-driven love. Maybe you are in love due to peer pressure, due to your ego, due to a sense of power that is there in your mind. That needs to cleanse. It needs to be more towards soul-centered connection. Whether it is creative pursuits, whether it's your positional success, whether it's love, relationships, romanticism, It has to be very much aligned to your soul. Your 5-11 axis is involved, so there could be certain financial karmas during this time. Since Sun is making a pretty strong transit, you could expect a rise in your income over the course of next few weeks. You could expect a new job because 11th house is the fulfillment of your work. It represents your income, and there is a Dhan Yoga which is forming multiple Dhan Yogas during the time of eclipse. So certain financial consequences, karmas, actions are coming to an end for new beginnings. Maybe you were to get a better job which is high paying, which is better in terms of remuneration or salary. So this is the kind of action that you would take over the course of next few weeks. So I'll highly encourage you to apply for jobs, look for other opportunities, go beyond your usual style and try to bring the sense of creativity in anything that you do. That needs to be protected. Though it is coming to an end, you will be less creative, but only for new beginning. Maybe you need to change your approach. You might have a kind of resume, you might need to make changes in it, or yet your kind of approach with other people needs to change. Your friends could play a very important role in support. Your children could play a very important role in support. And most importantly, pen down your goals. If you were to manifest certain things in your life, for that point it's quite favorable. Leverage the power of mantras. Use mantra based remedies. Saturn's beach mantra could be absolutely beneficial for you. Read Hanuman Chalisa on a daily basis and he is the one who will protect you. Scorpio ascendant signs and the Scorpio moon signs. At the physical level, you will read this eclipse energy from your ascendant sign. At the mental emotional, as far as detachment is concerned, you can also read this from your moon sign. On 7th of September, we are going to witness a total lunar eclipse that is happening in your 4th house. So 4th house will have moon along with Rahu, and your 10th house will have Sun, Ketu and Mercury. So 5 planets are involved in the sign of Aquarius. This eclipse is happening in PurvaBhadrapad Nakshatra, where moon is going to be making a transit which has the energies of Saturn as well as Jupiter. Jupiter is a favorable planet for you because he becomes the 2nd lord and the 5th lord. So you must look up to strengthening Jupiter for any remedies over the course of next few weeks. Lunar eclipse signifies certain things that are coming to an end, cleansing for new beginnings that will happen after solar eclipse. Within the period of 2 weeks, solar eclipse will also occur. So there are endings with regards to 4th house matters, home related things, property, assets, or endings of your emotional roots. Primary learning is also seen from the 4th house, your comfort space, your safe space, your happy space. So definitely you will be stepping out of your comfort zone over the course of next few weeks, and this is something which is a given. You might have certain decisions related to your property, related to your home, related to financing related to home. You could do some sort of renovation work, reconstruction work. You might give out some old items from your home. It is a very good time, and a good remedy for you is to declutter your home and donate those things that you do not need. There could not be a better remedy for you during this time. Also declutter your office space. Make sure it is clean, it is tidy, because your 10th house is also involved. Some old family matters or patterns may dissolve. There is a relocation that could be possible. You could move countries, or you could move cities. You could move to a different location. In case you are in transit, this could be a particularly supportive time for you. The biggest lesson for Scorpio ascendants is that the real security, security is seen from the 4th house, but real security will always come from within. It is not dependent on outer structures or external factors. Yes, it is how we condition ourselves. So we have job, we feel secure, but nowadays we feel threatened as well, right? And this security comes from within, and that is something which you have to build. 4th house is the first stepping stone towards spiritual progress, moksha bhava. So you must engage yourself in certain spiritual practices that should begin from your home. Mercury is making a transit in the 10th house, who is the Karaka, significator of the 10th house, along with Sun, who gains directional strength here. So you are definitely getting a new job over the course of next 40 to 45 days. In case your Dasha Antardasha is supportive, you are starting a new line of work. You will step out of your comfort zone, but there could be some uncomfortable or not so popular decisions that you might have to take. It could be related to relocation, it could be related to certain compromises or a change in terms of your skill set, in terms of your line of work. So be open, be flexible, be right-minded. That is very much important, because towards the end of the day, you must demonstrate a good attitude towards anything that you would do. Use a Vishnu mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, in order to strengthen your work-related prospects over the course of next few weeks, and I wish you the very best. Sagittarius ascendant signs. At the physical level, you will read the energies of the lunar eclipse from an ascendant sign. At the mental emotional level, you can also read this from your moon sign. So 7th of September, the total lunar eclipse, and this kind of eclipse is happening after 28 years. A long period of time, a total lunar eclipse is happening in PurvaBhadrapad Nakshatra. This Nakshatra has the energies of Jupiter as well as Saturn. So your Lagna Lord energies are there. So regardless of the dasha, antardasha that you're going through, you will have the impact of this eclipse. Lunar eclipse signifies certain things which are coming to an end, certain chapters that are getting closed. This is happening in your third house of your valor, courage, your communication, change. Younger siblings or your co-borns are seen from the third house. This house also represents lessons that you learn in life, learnings from your guru or guru upadesha, change, and journeys are also seen from this house. Journey doesn't necessarily mean that you will travel. This could be start of a new thing or a new line of work as well. So your 3-9 axis is pretty much involved. In the third house, we have Rahu and Moon, and in the 9th house, we have Sun, Mercury, and Ketu. Rahu gives very good results in transit and also by the virtue of placement in the third house in its period and sub-periods. Though initially it could bring a lot of challenges, but eventually it does very well. Surya, who is your 9th lord, is making a transit in the 9th house itself and is also the secondary Karaka or the significator of the 9th house. You will be very strong-minded during this time. Your decisions will be driven by your ego. And if it is good ego, this will help you a long way. Certain karmas you could expect in terms of endings and new beginnings with regards to your siblings, with regards to your co-born. So there could be some quarrels, some arguments, some minor conflict. For strengthening this relationship if you overcome this conflict in a collective way. Now you will also look at some of your ties when it comes to your neighborhood, when it comes to people who you work with. So you would want to take up short-term projects. Contractual assignments could be absolutely favorable for you because we see contracts, agreements, and any paperwork that we sign from the third house. Anything that we do where our hands are used. I would encourage you to exercise every day, go to the gym, journal, keep yourself active in terms of using your hands. There could be some unnecessary paperwork or a delay that could be related to your travel or your journey. So be very careful here. You're also likely to go through some sort of positive transformation when it comes to your communication because something is coming to an end. So you might isolate yourself to think, reflect, and then come back in a very strong manner. You have to remember that you need to move from superficial talk and be very clear of what you say. Truth-based expression. Present the facts in the most appropriate, most effective manner if you were to succeed in workplace context, if you were to create a good impression on other people. Present facts, present your logic, and avoid being superficial. You could be philosophical as long as the other person is able to connect with your style of communication. So you have to be adaptive. You need to flex your style so that it is pretty much aligned with who you are dealing with. You can go on journeys, you can go on spiritual travel. It will be absolutely beneficial for you. This eclipse can also lead to a change of residence, a shift of place, a movement outside of your home country, or stepping into a new place or a new situation, new house. Any endings will always call for new beginnings, and this is your karma over the course of next 40 to 60 days. Use mantra based remedies, continue to strengthen Surya, offer water to Surya first thing in the morning. in order to channelize these energies. Capricorn ascendant signs and the Capricorn moon signs. At the physical level, you will read this eclipse energies from the ascendant sign. At the mental emotional level, you can also read this from your moon sign. So what is happening? The total lunar eclipse is occurring on 7th of September, late in the night, India time, and this will have Moon and Rahu conjoined in your second house in the sign of Aquarius. Moon will be in PurvaBhadrapad Nakshatra, that has the energies of Saturn as well as Jupiter. So your Lagna Lord's energies are there regardless of the time period that you're going through. You will have the impact of this eclipse. Certain things are coming to an end for new beginnings, for renewed energies and fresh start. Eclipses are very strong, they're very supportive for any spiritual sadhana, and that is something which you must do during this time. So your 2-8 axis is involved. Moon and Rahu are in the second house. Sun, Ketu and Mercury are making a transit in your 8th house. Sun is the 8th lord making a transit in the 8th house, is creating a Viparita yoga in transit. Sun never has a dosha of the 8th house. Neither does Mercury. Ketu does very well from a spiritual standpoint. Something that you have to be careful of during this time is your speech, what you say, the words that you utter, because you could create a conflict situation with your family, with your loved ones, and this could be difficult situation for you. So make sure that you think before you speak. You could experience endings in certain financial sources, momentarily a hardship at the mental level, because you will have a certain sense of uncertainty. Your speech patterns, your speech habits will also see a significant change, and this is why I'm probably encouraging you that you think before you speak. Conscious thinking and conscious speaking will be absolutely essential for you. You will have renewed energies when it comes to family attachment. You will be more attached towards your family. You will not be detached. That is something which I am saying with utmost confidence. Any work that you do, any job that you do, any line of business that you have, you must remember that you work towards your family. This is the message of your Lagna Lord Saturn, because he also rules Aquarius, which is second house away from Capricorn, its home sign. Saturn wants you to work towards your family. So there will be certain laws of certain material possessions. This could help you clear certain karmic debts. Initially, the situation could be uncomfortable for you. You could probably have a sense of uncertainty at a mental level when it comes to certain financial decisions. So not the most ideal time for you to make big financial decisions in your life. Now Moon, who is an important planet for you, because Moon is your 7th lord, so there is certain relationship karma also which you could experience. Avoid quarrels, arguments with your partner. This could create separative tendencies as well. If your speech is not aligned with your thoughts, with your partner, with those people who are opposite to you, so you need to have a lot of alignment in your speech, in your communication, and also in terms of your eating habits. And this is where there could be certain sense of disconnect. I would encourage you to travel, go on a relaxing journey. Transformation is inevitable. Towards the end of the day, you will have a rise in your income, because when something is coming to an end, it is coming for greater good. You will see a growth in your finances. You will see a rise in your income. Over the course of next 40 to 45 days is also a supportive period for any inheritance, joint property, joint assets related matter as well. You need to continue to transform. Strengthen your Lagna Lord Shani. Look up to Saturn. Read Hanuman Chalisa on a daily basis. You can also use Shani's Bij Mantra. Light a sesame oil lamp in your prayers. And this is also one of the good ways to channelize the energies of this eclipse and Saturn in your life. Aquarius ascendant signs and the Aquarius moon signs. At the physical level, you will read this from your ascendant sign. At the mental emotional level, you can also read this from your moon sign. On 7th of September, we will witness the total lunar eclipse that is happening in your ascendant, in your Lagna, in the sign of Aquarius, in PurvaBhadrapad Nakshatra. This Nakshatra has the energies of Jupiter, who is the lord of the Nakshatra, and also Saturn, who rules Aquarius. Rahu also co-rules Aquarius. So it's got the energies of Rahu as well. It is quite an intense nakshatra, but a very positive nakshatra when it comes to new beginnings, especially. Certain bad things need to end for a fresh start. Negative energies need to cleanse for a lot of positivity and optimism in life. That too considering the fact that Jupiter will optimize its pace over the course of next few weeks. Now your first house and seventh house are involved, your 1-7 axis, where Moon and Rahu are going to be making a transit in Aquarius in your Lagna. Rahu is not very auspicious in the ascendant, and this is where you must look at remedying Mercury. In order to have the most positive results of both lunar as well as solar eclipse, you must continue to strengthen Mercury, who's going to be making a transit in your 7th house along with Sun and Ketu. All the 3 planets are not considered good in the 7th house for dealing with opposition. All those people who are opposite to you and business related decisions or concerns, any agreements, also contracts. Now, first house represents yourself, your decision making, your personality, your vitality, your intelligence, your immunity, who you are. So, certain personal level endings you can expect. Your old identity would come to a closure. You might bring significant changes in terms of your appearance, in terms of how you present yourself to others, in terms of your self-image. You will become very conscious because certain things will get dissolved that is related to yourself for greater good. Towards the end of the day, you will have mindfulness, you will have self-confidence as well. Your partner or spouse can really go out of the way to help you, support you, but there is certain challenges as well which your partner might face in terms of finances over the course of next few weeks. There is a greater sense of major karmic release of egocentric attachments. So you have to keep your ego aside when it comes to making decisions, particularly when it comes to dealing with other people, because otherwise you can have conflicts, you can have arguments, you can have quarrels. If there are healthy debates, good discussions, it is always good. You must learn a good lesson in life that this is the time to embrace rebirth of your identity, your self-image, your self-esteem and authentic individuality. You have to trust your own judgment, your own decision making that could be in the best interest of yourself, your loved ones and the family. Emotionally, it could be a little bit difficult time because Moon is conjoined with Rahu in your Lagna. It could bring a sense of stress, emotional level difficulty. So I would expect you to have some spiritual discipline, spiritual practices, continue to worship Lord Krishna, use a simple Krishna mantra in order to strengthen Moon, in order to also pacify Rahu. Look up to him and you will be protected during this time. This time period you will find, you will renew your self identity, you will build your confidence, and of course certain matters related to yourself are having a fresh start. They are looking forward to a new beginning and new you. Pisces ascendant signs and the Pisces moon signs. At the physical level, you will read the energies of this total lunar eclipse from your ascendant sign at the mental emotional level. You can also read this from your moon sign. Now on 7th of September, we have the total lunar eclipse where this is happening in your 12th house. So your 12-6 axis is pretty much involved, where Moon and Rahu will be conjoined in the 12th house, and right opposite to these planets there will be Sun, Ketu and Mercury in your 6th house. Sun and Mercury have a very comfortable position in the 6th house. Ketu is also not considered too bad in the 6th house because Sun and Mercury have a good association with your Lagna Lord Jupiter. So this time period will reduce obstacles because Mercury, who is the Badhak Graha for you, has gone into the 6th house, has had a fall position. Sun and Ketu will help you overcome difficult enemies in your life. But for that, you will have to face opposition first in order to overcome this opposition through your vitality, through your rigor and confidence. This opposition will be mostly related to job matters. Now your 12th house is involved. Eclipse is bringing certain endings for fresh start, fresh beginnings, losses, expenditure, your higher self-consciousness, your self-awareness is seen from the 12th house. Your bed comforts and sleep is also seen from the 12th house. Your ability to donate. So certain things at the personal level are definitely coming to an end. There is ending of hidden enemies. You will overcome them. there is ending of subconscious fear. You will also overcome your subconscious fear, and certain negative foreign connections are also coming to a closure. It is time to close certain karmic debts. It is time to reduce your expenditure. Do a better financial management, because thankfully your expenses will reduce. That is coming to an end. Certain dreams which are of difficult nature, you might be able to overcome your inner subconscious fear. Now, there could be certain phases of isolation that you might have to experience because of these subconscious difficult level energies. But the biggest lesson that you must learn is to surrender towards moksha. Moksha will be a very, of course, high term for you. I would say spiritual liberation, if not liberation, at least spiritual upliftment. Have certain spiritual practices. Deeper level spiritual awakening is something which you could definitely do over the course of next few weeks. Practice yoga, sadhana, kundalini awakening, or certain spiritual discipline that you can bring in your life on a day-to-day basis. You must make some donations over the course of next few weeks, which could be absolutely beneficial for you. Donate to hospital, donate food, donate rice, and of course some of these things which could help other people. And here your 12 and 6 axis is involved. So this is a spiritually cleansing axis, and at the same time it could give you the power of discipline in your daily life, in your daily routine, to help you channelize your energies, to awaken you for new beginnings. You will have to face opposition. You could go through a change of job, change of place. You could move to a different country as well. This eclipse is favorable for a foreign movement, but certain karmas you have to face in terms of difficult relationships with certain foreigners or people from other country that you deal with, and this is something which is coming to an end. Practice spiritual discipline. Use a Dwadashakshari mantra, that is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, in order to channelize the most of this energy. See, this nakshatra has the energies of your Lagna Lord Jupiter. So use a simple Guru mantra, that is Om Guruve Namah, 12 times each and every day for you to channelize your decisions and make this time in your favor. So friends, this was yet another unique and detailed video on the upcoming total lunar eclipse that is happening in the sign of Aquarius in PurvaBhadrapad Nakshatra after 28 long years. I hope and believe this lunar eclipse brings good new beginnings eventually after the endings of certain negative things in our life, certain negative patterns in our life, and may we look forward to fresh beginnings, renewed energies. Stay tuned for more such videos on my channel. Thank you very much. God bless you all.